Viewer discretion is advised.
But will be completely ignored.
You spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good.
Like TV from other dimensions has a somewhat looser feel to it.
Yeah, it's got an almost improvisational tone.
Well, do not adjust your TV sets. It's Sunday. You know what that means. It's the Wrestling Asylum starring yours truly. Mr. Nekro is on assignment this week. But do Ian Nick that big favor in the world. Like, share, subscribe, stay notified, Telegram, Google Plus, your sister's ass, the Pony Express. What can Brown do for you? And as always, as the Texas Rattlesnake would say, screw FedEx, although that ain't the word he'd use. And, well, you know the rest of the deal. Also, go to our link tree. That's linktree/Off the Top Ropes podcast. And here you can find the link to all the shows, the archives, and our merch and our brand ambassadors. And never miss a beat and stay updated with everything. And, of course, give our friends at Hardcore Sports Network some love as well. Make sure you check them out. They're pumping out content in all sorts of sports, hockey, football, pro wrestling, MMA, you know the deal. But one more thing I got to do. We got some shouting out to do. And have you kicked the coffee habit yet? W and Swift Energy, plenty of flavors, 10% off with the OTTR mob promo code. Kick that coffee habit. And if you want to look fly at the barbecue this summer, that special date, Okazi Clothing, Habits 365, make sure you check them out because you know what? They got some fly shit and you want to look good on the date, the barbecue, or even at the club if you're trying to get that shorty you'd be wanting to take home. And well, giggity. You already know. With a little bit of goop. But check them out. And don't forget, bonfirestore.com/store/Off the Top Ropes Network. Check out the merch from the Pod Mob Men, Blackheart's Angels, and yours truly. We got hoodies, we got tanks, we got a lot of merch. Show some love. And you know what? It helps keep the lights on. And if you're not doing that, what the fuck were you thinking? But get them in assorted colors, things like that. So make sure you show some love. And trust me, I'm waiting on my damn green camo hoodie in the not too distant future. We got the Wrestling Asylum's new logo, got the old retro logos. Make sure if you missed Friday night with the Pod Mob Men or yesterday with Blackheart's Angels, tune into the archives, check them out. And you know, it's funny. On this program, you never know what's going to happen. Now, like I said, Mr. Nekro is on assignment. So this week I'm by myself. Or so I thought. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Pod Mob has a vested interest in Supernova Wrestling. And I think one of the youngest up-and-comers has decided to allow me the privilege to have a conversation with him. I give you. He is one half of Camo Country. He is Gunner Moody. Gunner, welcome to the program. How are you, good sir? Good morning. And shout out to the U.S. Olympic hockey team, 2-1 in overtime, double goal, defeating Canada. How are you, good sir?
How you doing, Eric? I'm doing pretty good, man. I can't believe it. We're going 2 for 2 with Canada. Man, Canada, you guys got to step up your game. We're beating you in your own sports, guys. What are you doing?
Yeah. But it's good to see, hey, Canada wants to say fuck America. We got them right back.
Exactly, right?
And I think we both agree.
Get him.
That's about it. But for those who may not know you, we talked before we went live. I've done some research. You're doing great. You're getting well. But I want to start off asking this question. Those who aren't familiar with you, I wanted you to give fans some of your backstory, like how you became a fan, what match or wrestler that made you want to say, this is what I want to do. What struggles did you get through early on, like training, promo work, things like that? So right now, with those questions, you get the center spot, dog.
Oh God, I got the light and everything. All right. So what started me getting into professional wrestling? I was probably, like I mentioned to you before we went live, I was about 6 years old. The first vivid memory I had watching professional wrestling was The Undertaker make his entrance on a random SmackDown one night. So that kind of got the ball rolling, and then I think this is a ridiculous match, but it's such a beloved match for me. It was, oh, I want to say King of Ring 2000. It was a 6-man involving The Undertaker, him, Kane, and The Rock versus Vince, Shane, and Triple H. And it was a weird stipulation for that 6-man. It was, if anyone on Taker's team beat any of them, they got the WWE Championship at the time. I think Hunter was the champion. And then if any of Vince's team won, Triple H got to retain. And it was just, it's a ridiculous match. Cool table spot with a super choke slam. Dude, after that match, I got so hard when it came to professional wrestling.
Okay. Now, one question before we continue was, what about that match made you really fall in love with it? Was it the action? Was it the character, the story? And the reason I ask that is whether it's a pro wrestler, independent pro wrestler that I've encountered, okay, that's one character. So I wanted to ask you, for that particular match, what was it that made you go, I love this?
It was the character work. It was just because at the time, you know, being 2000, you had all the paparazzi flashing lights. So when you had like Undertaker made his entrance on the motorcycle, The Rock raising his arm up on the corner, all the flashing lights, it was just like, what is this? Like, truly, what is this? And you just see the pageantry, the showmanship that professional wrestling can show. Like I said, with the table spot, you see the Undertaker grab The Rock, I think it was The Rock or Shane, and just dogpile him onto the announce table from the top rope. It's like, what is this? This is absolutely crazy. I love this. So ever since that, I've been hooked with professional wrestling.
Okay, so what made you finally go, okay, this is what I wanted to do? Was it that match in particular, or as you got older, what particular story, what particular match made you go, okay?
It definitely progressed as I got older, but then you start, as I started watching more and more, I got to see storylines like Jeff Hardy winning the world title for the first time, you know, stuff like that. Undertaker, I know I'm going to bring him up a lot, but without the Undertaker, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. But
nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. But you got storylines like Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels leading up to quite possibly the greatest WrestleMania match of all time at WrestleMania 25.
I have yet to see something match that. I concur.
Like the 08 to 2010 era of wrestling, that's where I was at my height as a fan. So when you got all that, bro, how could you not fall in love with professional wrestling? How could you not want to at least try it?
Exactly. So, out of those two, what made you finally say, this is what I want to do? 25 and 26. If we're really digging into Taker and Shawn, 2 back-to-backs, 2 instants. I mean, 25, they tried to duplicate at 26. That just wasn't even going to come close, even though it was, to me, like within a fraction of a fraction of a fraction. But which of those matches made you finally go, this is what I want to do?
Definitely 25, just because of the back and forth, you thinking probably that was, to me, that was probably the closest that Undertaker has ever came close to losing at WrestleMania. I know I think it was Edge that at the time came the closest, but with Shawn, you know, all the super kicks that he was giving, it was just like, who's gonna win this match? Even when he kicked out of the tombstone very early on in the match, or later on in the match, it was like, bro, who's gonna win? I don't want the streak to end, but I kind of want Sean to win.
Right. I think you'll agree with me on this, because I saw that one. I was at Mania 27 when it was no holds barred between Hunter and Triple H.
Oh, you lucky son of a gun.
Oh, don't. I was at All In last summer. I'm gonna leave it at that.
This guy.
Here's what I will say. 25 at one point. I'm sitting there, and as the match continues to progress, it's me, a couple of buddies, my dad, and they're all looking at me, and I'm just quiet. I'm immersed in it because I'm usually going nuts. They go, "What's the matter?" And I went, "Why in the flying fuck is this not closing the show tonight?"
Oh, dude.
Did the following year at 26, which I was fine with. But for that, halfway through the match, in the back of my brain, I'm going, this should close it. I'll give them a 60-minute time limit and say, when you get to the 10-minute mark, start prepping to close the show.
Dude, I agree with you 100%. I feel so bad for Hunter and Randy after that match.
They had
Especially
no
since they
way
had
to
the
top
dumb
it.
stipulation that they had.
There was no way to top it.
No, God, no. The only way they're going to top it is if they take away that stipulation and made it a no-holds-barred match to let Hunter really get his comeuppance on Randy.
Mm-hmm.
But because he had his one hand tied behind his back, because if he disqualified himself, he loses the title, they were cooked, as the kids would say.
Yeah, I concur. And the thing that really, I think, solidifies it for a lot of wrestlers, including yourself, is those are the storylines that you look at and you go, okay, this was what inspired me to get in the ring.
Yes.
So one question I want to ask you is, when you had any doubt when you first started, what was the doubts when you first said, okay, this is what I want to do? Was there any doubt from friends, from family, people in the business? If there was, how did that fuel you to go, okay, you're going to give me doubt. Watch this. Screw you. I'm coming to take it, and I'm not going to be denied. I'm coming in for it.
So to give you a little backstory on that, when I was a kid, I was heavily bullied. So I had a lot of doubt early on in elementary school, leading up out of high school. I got told I can never amount to anything, never could do anything, blah, blah, blah. You know, the noise, right?
Exactly.
Growing up, as I got older, you know, it would be more of that chirping from not so much my family, but like the extended family, thinking like they know better and like, all wrestling, you ain't gonna make a career out of this and blah, 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 blah. But that just, dude, that just kind of lit a fire under my ass the more and more I got older. And when I finally found a school that I could train at, it just got more and more bigger as we kept going with that fire. You know what I'm saying?
Who did you train with?
So originally I trained at Next Gen Pro Wrestling Center up in New Hampshire. I just recently transferred over to Nepwa. So I've been now with Nepwa for 8 months.
Oh, wow. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And Nepwa, I can't say much good things about them, too much good things about them. They've been great to me. They've been absolutely 100% amazing to me. And they have helped me progress so much in the short amount of time I've been there.
Awesome.
So shout out to Chase if he's watching this. Love you, Chase.
Well, Chase, I think you got a student who appreciates you for taking him under his wing.
Yes,
hey,
absolutely.
Bobby, nice to see you. Welcome in. It's the boss. You know what time it is. And again, America, fuck yeah. Now, Looking back at it after the first 2 years, is there anything you would change about how you got in? Like, is there any way you would change things like the doubt, the haters, oh, you'll never do this, get a real fucking job, blah 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 blah, blah. You know the deal as well as I do.
No, I wouldn't change anything, dude, because the doubt just made me want to keep going and keep fighting for this. So, and then the more I've started proving them wrong, the more it quiet down. You know what I mean?
Wait a second. I have an impromptu co-host showing up here momentarily. I think y'all know who that is.
I'm here.
Y'all know what time it is.
I'm here. I'm here.
Black heart up in the mother. Now,
I'm sorry.
one thing, but I gotta ask
Sorry,
you. Guys.
wait. I'm gonna be on this thing. I had to like really wake up and do some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got on here and help get here.
You needed to haul ass
on time.
That's okay.
Stuff like that. But hopefully he didn't scare you.
Oh God, no.
Like
He's been good.
How you doing?
How's it going, brother? How you doing?
Did you get enough sleep, dude?
Well, man, what's going on with you, Pimp? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't get enough sleep. There's no saying that sleep in my life anymore. Gunner, the redneck of New England, is finally in the building tonight. I don't know if you have to give him his round of applause, that type of stuff. Gunner, I hope Eric didn't scare you during this time process, but I'm glad that he's actually behaving himself.
You know that. He's been great. Don't worry about it.
This
I'm here to fill in for Nekro today. He has a family emergency that he had to take care of, so I came in to step in this space. So.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, right now we just started with things like how he got into it, his fandom. Now, I want to ask this. Now that we've talked about where you trained, how you broke in, how did Camo Country get formed with Cletus? How did that come about?
So that's actually kind of funny. Cletus was already established here in New England before I got on the scene. So I was helping out backstage at one of the shows that he was on. And we just started talking. We started, jiving a little bit. Obviously, him being a big country guy, me being a big country guy. We're like, dude, once I'm going, we got to figure out how to get this tag team thing working. Because it only fits for somebody like Cletus and somebody like Gunner Moody to tag team. And then
shout out to Cletus too. Big shout out to Cletus.
Yeah, big shout out to the man from the Bayou. Not Braylon Johnson, not that guy, dude.
Braylon Johnson's interview from yesterday on Black Ops Angels, go check that out too. He definitely made the girls blush. That's for damn sure. So I was like,
oh, that's what Braylon does. He is a good looking man. I'll give him that.
Nah, it's just because you know how some women are. That's why I asked the question last night about does he ever experience ring rats before? He never heard of that terminology before, so we had to teach him that terminology.
You know what ring rats was?
No, no, we had to teach him that yesterday. Like, if you go back and watch that clip, you'd be like, "Oh shit!" Like, no, I never even would have thought about that terminology. I was like, "Damn!" I was like, a guy like you. Some women gotta be throwing their panties at you at some fucking degree at some show. I don't know. That's just, I mean, that's just my theory. But
listen, I'll speak from experience because I've seen Braylon at shows. He gets swarmed by the ladies, and I'm shocked he didn't know what the term ring rat was.
Oh my god!
Braylon, if you're shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
Now you know what the word ring rat means, Braylon. Now you got the full terminology from two different shows.
We call them there's a
so Braylon, if I were you, sling that thing.
Better stop that before Braylon starts doing something that he shouldn't be doing.
Oh man. So okay, so when it comes to your tag team, KBO Country, you guys are coming into SNW this year, so I'm actually kind of happy for that. Now I know you two I know that you had just said that you two are from the country and that type of stuff, but have you was your character based on your upbringing from a young boy as a redneck, or is that just because of maybe someone like, for instance, like Trevor from GTA 5? He influenced a lot of motherfucking psychopaths nowadays. People would just roll off him. How does your character Gunner Moody kind of come into play and the metamorphosis of that?
Well, Gunner is really just, I'll say my real name. It's Dylan. I am a born and bred country boy. I mean, yes, I'm from New England, but I was raised in a country lifestyle. Like, if you were to see my yard right now, it's, looking pretty country in a small town area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not very. It's me turned to 11. You know what I'm saying? It's very much in the extent of Austin, where there's Steve Williams and then there's Stone Cold, but there really ain't that much difference other than he's gonna flip you off and he's gonna drink a beer live on television. You know what I'm saying? So there's really no distinction between Gunner and Dylan when it's I mean, this shirt ain't just being worn because, I wanted to wear it for tonight. No, this is something I would wear. This hat's something I would wear outside in public. Like, it's just who I am as a person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I ain't no Trevor. I ain't going to go psycho on anybody unless you piss me off. Then we got a problem.
Yeah, that would not end well. I'd be going, Blackheart, what the hell were you snorting?
No, I was going to just be like, so you're the type of person that would just be outside in the front yard with a lawn chair with just like a 6-pack of brews, maybe with a rifle, or maybe with like a shotgun, some pigs, some animals just running around like the yard. Like, I can picture you being that as you get older, and that whole country hillbilly lifestyle. I can definitely see you do that, especially if you grow up the bed like 4 fucking feet thick.
Unfortunately, this is all I get, brother. I get a little bit more of a bush on there, but this is as far as I get.
Bro, you're still young. You're still young, though. You have never goddamn idea. There was one time in life, I grew up my beard for 2 straight years, and probably went out to maybe like here, but it was thick as full. So I'm saying to myself, like, keep combing it out, keep moisturizing it and stuff like that. It's just going to keep growing. Some things are just based on genetics. Other ones are based on like hair products. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
don't knock that out. Don't knock that out. Especially knowing yourself in 10 years and you be like, yo, my beard's actually going back in. Holy shit. Genetics.
Yeah, for me, I can't even grow a beard to fit my ass. I tried. I could grow my hair long to look like Steven Tyler, but that's about it.
It doesn't even look like even if you tried.
Oh, shut the hell up.
I've never seen you have a 5 o'clock shadow anywhere. In a long time as I met you, I never see you had a 5 o'clock shadow that we see the prickles of your beard sticks out.
But it's called electric razor, baby.
That's supposed to mean.
I'll shave in the morning, and then I use the electric razor during the course of the day at some random point. Be like,
nah.
I can't do that.
Nah, let the beard grow, bro. Let it grow.
Yeah, you gotta let it grow. You gotta let it grow.
I'll look like a hobo. Trust me, I tried. I look like
you saw me when I didn't care and I just let everything grow. I looked more like a hobo than you think you do.
Oh damn.
See what you don't see. This is just what I do for shows and to make appearances. What you don't know is I used to have a fro, right?
Oh,
so
yeah?
No.
yes.
No.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So it used to grow and it'd be like out to here, and then I would let this go, and I just looked like something that was on the side of the road.
Blackheart, you know where I'm gonna go with this. I'm stealing this from Coming to America. Did you use So Glow, brother?
No.
You know,
but I did do a little shampoo and conditioner, if you know what I mean.
Add up, boy. No, the reason I use that Coming to America reference, because that's one of my favorite movies as a kid. And immediately when you were talking about the fro, I'm like, did he have So Glow by chance? Or did he use that Aquanet spray?
God, neither one of those things, dude.
Thank God. Thank God. Because that would have been stiffer than hell.
Oh God, dude. No, I need my hair nice and poofy. You know what I'm saying?
So,
for hair.
I got another question for you, Gunner. So, give us a date in the life of Gunner Moody. Like, if you had to wake up on just a regular day, no plans, no bookings, just a regular ass Dylan day. What would that be like? Give us the full day of what the hell that would be like.
To be quite honest with you guys, my life is pretty boring when I don't have a booking or I'm not, training or anything. I'm pretty chill. I'm usually just putting around the house doing, miscellaneous things or just chilling on the couch watching something with a cold brew. You know what I mean? There's really nothing else. Now, if you're talking on a booking day, might work out, might, get my head straight for a match and all that. But really, I'm a pretty chill guy outside of the professional wrestling world. Like probably today after this, I'll probably, clean the house a little bit, and that's about it. That's all I got for plans today besides talking to you fine gentlemen. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it.
Gentlemen. That's a loose term for my ass. But
it does.
So one of the things
I had nothing else to do besides probably do some rewrites today and shit like that, then I'll probably be doing what you're doing. My own damn self. So, you know, that's just my Sunday. Tomorrow could be something completely different.
Yeah, exactly. Probably tomorrow you have some more plans, but as of today, this is a day off for me. I ain't doing nothing crazy. I'm just gonna chill out. So
there ain't nothing wrong with
you. Just had a match last night, right?
No, I was at a show last night, but I didn't have a match. I was just going to help out and get my name with another promotion.
Okay. And how many of the New England promotions have you tackled thus far in your career?
I've done quite a few. Last year, not
I know that you've done Lucky Pro before. You done APW, I think. I just forgot about the other ones that you've done.
So APW and Lucky Pro are kind of like my home promotion. So you'll see me at almost every show. I have done a couple of spots for Chaotic. I did BWA when that was a thing. Yeah, that was one of the few promotions Cletus and I were able to do.
Wait. So I think that show, I think I saw you, or we never met like that, but I was running the merchandise table that day with Adam and stuff. And that whole BWA experience, but we'll talk about that later though, because it was day that can actually concrete my story about what happened that day. So at least now I know.
One question I want to ask you, and this pertains to you and Cletus teaming up, was the chemistry there right away, or was there a match where you figured it out? And what does Cletus bring to the team that, balance you guys out, or maybe he's like, okay, Gunner may not bring this to the match, he brings that. But you know where I'm going.
Right. So our chemistry was pretty almost instantaneous when we first tagged together. We got put on a random show together with APW, I think was the first time we tagged, and we were just put together because we hounded the promoter about let us tag for once. And we had pretty good chemistry. We already knew how we wanted to run together. So we had chemistry right off the rip. As far as what Cletus brings, Cletus and I are pretty equal in terms of our strength and power. Obviously, he's a little bit bigger than I am, but I like to think that he brings the goofy to my semi-serious. I mean, I'm a pretty fun guy, but he's Cletus. Let's just say that. All right.
Yep.
Much love to my man, but he's definitely more the goofy out of the two of us. But don't get it wrong, man. He will tear somebody up if you piss him off. And then again, that's like every country boy. Once you get us pissed off, you might want to start running for those hills because they ain't stopping a pissed off redneck.
That comparison, I can see the team being of who's it? A Luke Cage and who's Trevor Murdoch team that they did back in 2007.
Lance and Cage.
The line, if you kind of get defensive there, Ezekiel and who's the one? Cletus, something like that. Who's the one that
No, it was
No, who's the one that
Festus and it was Festus and I forget the other guy. Remember the
Jesse?
song?
Was it Jesse?
Jesse, yes. That's the one.
I remember that.
No, that's the one. I can imagine that even though you said that you two are both the same and the same when it comes to like the same attributes, but one of them was more of the goofier one than the other one, it kind of is like those two teams right there came into my brain, and it's like if you kind of mix them, that's what this team is right there with you and Cletus. I don't know if that's near the area, that type of stuff, or is it just
No, you're pretty spot on.
Like, we just clicked and we rolled with it, and it ended up becoming the thing.
It more or less just became a thing. There was no like, oh, we gotta watch Festus and Jesse. We gotta watch the Road Warriors more. Obviously, we're doing that and trying to bounce off ideas now. But at the time, it was just kind of like, here's Cletus, here's Gunner. Oh, what are we gonna call ourselves? Campbell Country sounds pretty good. Let's go with that. And then we just started spitballing.
So you created it relatively fast.
Who's on the tag team from '96? The Goodwin brothers, right?
Yep, the Goodwins.
Similar thing too, because these guys were tall guys too. They were country characters themselves, but they were badasses when it comes like their ring movements. I mean, the move selection was just powerhouse moves.
Yes,
and that with a little bit of like with a little bit of like agility, but they were more like, yo, these two did almost the same, similar personality, except one of them kind of talked a little bit more on the microphone than the other one did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so just those three things, it just clicked in my head when it came to when you described the whole tag team and described how it manifested itself and what the look is like. The looks is how people are going to remember you a lot, because there's going to be a lot of people that may have the similar type of body types and movements, moveset, everything like that. But when they look at you guys, if you guys would have walked in, no, eyes on you guys was like, okay, we never seen these guys. We never seen country acts and stuff like that coming to the promotion and stuff like that. So this like, oh, this is new. This is something we haven't experienced before. But now it gets the wondering eye and the wondering brain want to make its own diagnosis on what they're seeing. And if you go in that ring and you sell it to the motherfucker and they actually get behind that, you got something that's clicking right there on the spot to be like, yo, we got them now. Let's reel them into who we are as characters so they get behind us more. And then they'll actually remember your names. Boom.
Yes. And I should say we didn't just come up with Campbell Country. We actually had time to think of that name. We went through all kinds. I think one of them was like the Hellraisers or some shit, like some dumb names that we were coming up with. But we took a poll with a bunch of our peers. And Campbell Country is the one that seemed to be the most popular one. So we're like, all right, let's use Campbell Country because it fits us both.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely when it comes to like the promo styles of us, we've only done a couple of promos together because we haven't. He's up in down in Rhode Island. Obviously, I'm up here in Massachusetts, so our timing to be able to do a promo together isn't really as easy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely we try to be equaled out when it comes to who's speaking and who's doing that because we both can do okay on the mic, I guess.
Right.
I think every town just need like their guidelines and pointers of how to make a promo work and make them feel comfortable with themselves. And I was just telling someone this last night when it came to his promo that he showed me for his upcoming show coming up, I think like in like 2 weeks. I just gave him just points to be, hey, listen, just position yourself, the camera angle, how seeing that how loud that you probably need like to talk is sometimes the camera microphone that I pick it up from like a distance, that type of stuff. Watch out for your surroundings because you want to be able to get a solid good shot and be able to do that and have guideline points to say, okay, this promo we need to talk about 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, make sure that whatever the fuck that like we do, we gotta squeeze these in to make sure that our points gets across, but their main points gets across. As long as people hear, yo, you're coming, you're doing this, or you're going after someone, you're getting revenge on somebody, whatever the case may be, blah, 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 they know what direction that you're going towards.
Yes, sir. That makes total sense. That's how I try to do it. I try to have the bullet points for what I want to do. Like, for example, the promo I did for Supernova, I had an idea what I wanted to do. I asked you what you expected out of it, so we got what we got, and I'm pretty happy with that promo. And I just love that happy accident at the end.
Wait, but listen, but that was a good touch though. But sometimes things like that are good touches though. Sometimes you don't need to plan out something like that happened at the very end of that promo. It just organically happened, but it worked in your favor because when you walked, your vest was on. Gunner Moody was in the back. People know you from that particular place, so they're like, "Oh, that's his hangout." That's something like that. You want to get the fans wondering about who is this person. Where can I find more of this person? What other promotions is he going towards? So, which means if you go to so say it like this, right? That's why I think the beauty of the IWC is you go to one show, they might already see you. They're like, yo, I know that guy. He wrestles for the other promotion, blah, 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 whatever. Now, next time when you go the fuck up there, you might see that person now. That's how you build your fandom. Right there, especially in the indies, bro. Like sometimes you gotta just tackle these places and be like, yo, some people know your face, they know what the hell they know where you're gonna go next. They want to come and see you. And probably some action too, depending on who it is.
Yeah, it depends on who it is. My fan base has actually been pretty good for the short amount of time that I've been doing this. I've gathered a really decent following. So, like you said, yeah, I could go to almost anywhere and I'll see the same fat faces, and it's like, what are you following me? No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's been wild. Like Eric and I were talking before you came on with having doubt and all that was wrestling. It's definitely just it's wild to know that now I'm signing autographs for a random kid at a show or an adult coming to buy an 8x10 or something like that. It's wild to me that I had all these haters, all these doubters, and yet you're over there sitting on your couch doing nothing. I'm over here, hanging out with fans and, selling stuff with my merch and my face on it and all that. It's like, I think one of us is winning. The other one's not so much. I'm just saying.
Hey.
No, I mean, listen.
On that.
Now, that's based on one word, initiative. That's based on one word, though, initiative. Some people, and I try to tell some of these talents, bro, you got to have initiative among yourself. Sometimes you don't need someone to kind of push your button to try to get you to do something. You got to be that motor behind your back to say, yo, I want this for my career. If you got to take me X amount of years to hopefully get that phone call from the big dogs, this is the shit I need to do. Stay humble, stay blessed, and keep yourself in check.
That's definitely something that I've tried to hunker down with myself, is trying to stay humble and all that. I don't really have that much of an ego anyways. Like, the fame part of professional wrestling.
No, you never don't. Yeah, you never don't have that because like every time with me and you talk, bro, you're always humble as shit. But I'm like, yo, listen, it's cool though because you know what I'm saying. Like we all understand how this whole wrestling community is. We all know how shit can be one way. Someone can say something and then you're like, yo, what the fuck is this supposed to be? Well, I was saying blah 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 and everything like that. Me, I'm the type of person like I'm cool, calm, and collective until when you push that button or you fuck with someone that's close to me. That's when I gotta come out and actually be like, yo, now I'd be like, what the hell is like really like going on, blah blah blah. But sometimes, like people don't really do that. But there's people in the industry that just don't want to see people succeed. Like they want to say, oh, I can do it, so you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But you proving a lot of people wrong, and I caught on to the very beginning of the being bullied part and everything else like that. Believe me, I was bullied myself. And I had to crack my own bully with a goddamn baseball bat in the 6th grade and got suspended for like 2 weeks. So I remember that part. But that didn't make me any better. You know what I'm saying? It just told me that, yo, you got to stand up for yourself. And then, sometimes you can't let someone that kind of press you down. So
no, that's facts, dude. Like you can only take so much before you got to stand up and stand on business. I get that. And it's some stuff that I've had to do with my life and both in and out of professional wrestling. But I also try to, brush a lot of it off because a lot of it's just noise.
Took the words right out of my mouth, to be honest with you. I mean, there comes a point where you do have to sit back and you ask, how much more of this bullshit am I going to put up with?
Yeah. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it, like I said, both in and out of wrestling. Everyone's got noise. Everyone's got their own crap. It's like, dude, sometimes at some point it's going to stop.
And here's the funnier part about all this. And the man on my right or his left
Everyone got their own little circle and shit, blah, 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 all that.
Mm-hmm. But Blackheart, and you can attest to this. If I get pissed, if my eyes start to go black, square the fuck up.
You know, if you really want to go there, then don't go there if it gets you like that.
Yeah,
that's all I would just say. Just if
I'm backing you on
don't
this.
do that, then just don't do it. You and I, we already been to that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like me, yeah. We've already been through that ourselves already. Yeah. So I don't see this anything.
No, never.
I've been through the shit too. My own damn.
I've
seen the warning signs myself. So bro.
No.
One life to live, bro. Fuck all this other bullshit, bro. That's all part of outside plan to suppress you, to make you seem like, oh, you're never gonna be anything. You can't break your own ceiling. Some people broke their own ceilings. Gunner did, I did, you did. And a lot of the people in the mob did too, including SNW. We broke our own goddamn fucking ceiling.
Yes, you did.
People thought that we was gonna die in like 24, and look at us 2 years extended later because of more black people in that motherfucking locker room. Sorry, Gunner, but you might actually see that in like 3 weeks. So,
hey man, I'm not gonna hate on that at all. I'm not gonna. No, come on now. Especially if Braille's gonna be there, I'll be all right.
No. Because Barry said the same thing on Friday. He said, no, that's because we have a black man running creative for one show, and he's actually cracking the whip and be like, yo, some things that we need to do, some things that we don't need like that anymore, cut them loose. That's my job. Straight up, at the end of the day. But it's how I am and who my uncle raised me to be. It made me the man that I am today. Because of all that. And now because of that, SNW is thriving. People are coming in. We had fucking Drew Gulak come in and shit like that a couple of times last year. So I'm very blessed and fortunate enough for that to happen. And more doors is opening up for us as far as venues go. So I'm like, let's shit roll. Like, let's use that, bro. Like, let's not put our foot off the gas right now. We should have been like this 10 years prior. But things happen behind the scenes, that type of stuff, until when we came into play 2024. And that's how we've been that since.
Well, and talking about competition, I got to ask this. So, do you, Gunner, prefer singles or tag team competition? And break it down, because so far, I've enjoyed what I've seen and what I've watched. But I ask you, which do you prefer? Do you prefer tagging with Cletus? Do you prefer being solo, or is it a mix of both? And explain why.
To be honest with you, as much as I love tagging with Cletus, I do like being a singles guy.
Okay.
Just because I've been able to progress further as a singles guy. And again, I don't want this to sound like I'm bashing Cletus at all. Like, that's the least of what I'm doing.
There's some people that I talk to, they say, like, listen, I love my partner too, but when I first came in, I always want to be a solo and learn my craft from there, because everyone wanted to try to be a world heavyweight champion. I know that's the end goal for all of us fans. That everyone that get into a wrestling industry, your main goal is to become the world heavyweight champion of that promotion.
Yes. Yes, and you hear from all like the Ric Flairs and all. If you're not looking to be a world champion in this business, what are you doing here? But yeah, no, I definitely enjoy singles competition as much as I do love tagging. But I've had way more success as a singles guy. Like Eric, you said you watched a few of my matches. A lot of the matches you don't see, I've had a lot of more high profile matches than what's on YouTube or what's available. I think there's only like 5 or 6 of my matches on YouTube. I could be wrong. I don't really know. But I've been able to trade blows with guys like coming up I'll be taking on Chase Stevens, a TNA legend and Lucky Pro, and
that's gonna be sick.
Yes, it's gonna be. I'll give it a plug right here for Lucky Pro Wrestling. It's gonna be me and Vern Vicala versus Chase Stevens, and originally Anthony Green, but because he got a broken nose, apparently we're getting a substitute, and I don't know who that substitute is. So
he got injured overseas, I heard.
Yeah, he got bopped real good in India.
Yeah.
Oof.
Fuck.
Yeah. So now he's got that. I just saw it from Limitless. He's got a full face mask and everything.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah.
For the folks at home that have no idea who Gunner Moody is, let's take a look at his promo for the upcoming SNW Draft Night.
I got that call, man. I got that call. March 14th, Supernova Wrestling's draft night. Now, I understand a lot of you watching this may not know who I am, so please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Gunner Moody, and I am the New England Redneck. Now, I've been on the independent scene for a little over 3 years now, and in that time, I've been in the ring with some of the brightest stars that New England has had to offer. I've been in the ring with legends, icons, done it all in a short amount of time. And I'm looking forward to March 14th. Now, I understand, draft night. I don't know where I may be going, what part of Supernova I may end up in. Oh, man, I don't even know where I'm going to be facing that night. But I know two things for sure. One, I'm looking forward to seeing just how loud SNW can be. And two, I'm looking to prove why this phone call matters, why Gunner Moody belongs in SNW. Because right now, as of tonight, SNW has become my hunting grounds. So I'm putting everybody on notice. And who knows, man? Maybe one day I get a little bit of gold. But for right now, I'm about to hit this bar. I'm going to have a good time. And I'm going to get myself mentally ready for March 14th. I'll see you guys real soon. Let's go. Still love that happy accident at the end.
Very nice.
That happy accident
Very nice.
makes great visuals, though. So, hey, take it. Take it.
Oh, I'm taking it, bro. I'm taking it. And by the way, that beer was really good.
Now, I meant to
Eric,
ask you this before we had before the promo. I gotta say, very well done. That was great improv on the fly. You know, bullet point in your head, like, okay, I need to hit this, this, and this. You ain't gonna hear me complain about that. That was beautiful.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well done. One question that I wanted to ask you is, with you coming now into Supernova, where do you want to be drafted?
Man, to be honest with you, put me wherever and I'll just shine. I'll be honest, I don't know all the shows. I think it's Vortex and Shiz, you're up to correct me on that on all the shows.
Shock. Yeah.
All right.
Vortex is Shock.
All right. Listen, man, put me with whoever. I don't really care. All I know is that I'm going to do my best to prove, like I said in that promo, why I belong in SMW. And why this phone call, why I'm coming, why Cletus is coming. We're looking to prove ourselves. And like I said, who knows, man? Maybe a little gold. But we'll see when the dime comes. But right now, it don't matter. Put us on Shock. Put us on Voltage. We'll find it. Vortex, sorry. I'll get the names eventually.
And I gotta talk to Adam about the whole Voltage shit. I was like, you know what? We could do something like Voltage if we could. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we do that one in Canada. That would be something. We already talked about that already. So, but you guys want to catch more of Gunner Moody? Come check him out on March 14th at Draft Night, where he is sponsored by his beloved friend Carly. Thank you, Carly, for sponsoring our good boy, our good friend, and upcoming talent. Gunner Moody is coming to SNW Draft Night. Tickets are on sale right now on eventbrite.com, or they'll be available the day at the show, at the door. Please be mindful that doors open up at 5. TV tape business at 5:30, and the live show / stream will start at 7 o'clock. Live from the Neil Rinto Vault Theater in Lynn, Massachusetts, 25 Exchange Street, Lynn, Massachusetts, 01901. And yes, we might have some special guests that might be in the audience that day too. A shout out to the vendors: Soul Boston Piro, Green River Herbal, Luigi's Pizzeria. Big shout out to you, JP. Love you, my guy. And most definitely, shout out to the Murray Hill Group LLC for being one of our biggest sponsors too. And I decided to just make that publicly known now because I didn't make a poster for it yet. I'll do that today. So, we got some people. They still sponsor a talent that's still out there. We got a lot of talent that are looking for sponsors themselves. So you want to sponsor talent, please DM us immediately so we can try and hook you guys up with the best thing as possible. Thank you very much.
So here's the question I got to ask, and I know fans watching will probably want to know, how did the call to come to Supernova come? What? So Blackheart, I have to pitch this.
So you know what, Eric?
Attention about him.
No, wait. I got this.
Go for it. Here we go.
Oh, who's this Gunner guy? Oh, he's from New England too. We need New England talent. Let me hit him up. Yo, Gunner, man, what's up?
I'm pretty sure you hit me up the same day you hit up Braylon, so because I was in the locker room when you messaged him, so
I was going after a lot of motherfucking people. Our thing was trying to get there's been times that we've been chastised in the past about not having more homegrown New England talent in our promotion and shit like that. So when I came in and I started noticing that myself, I was like, nah, I want to change that and start having more New England having more New England people that we can depend on, that we trust, that actually wants to be here to be part of this locker room. I want them here. Other people like the sporadic people that come from like New York, Maryland, Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what their situation is, they either do the dates or can't do them, or they only do half of what. So you kind of have to have that balance of having young guys, people that it's in the mid-level vets, but you got the veterans, the locker room, who they can pass that knowledge to all the younger guys. So just in case, God forbid, you know how we say in the wrestling world, there's always a revolving door. If someone walks out, another person comes in. Who's going to be the next man up in that locker room to say, like, yo, listen, boom, here's his advice, everything like that. And make sure that we just be safe, be careful. Professionalism is key. Cleanliness is clean. Hygiene is a must. And making sure that we are all here for the same thing, not for just ourselves, and we're all on the same page. So that's what I'm for SNW. So when I looked at you, I said, nah, let me bring him in. I did not know that you and Braylon was in the same locker room when I guess y'all received that message from me. So I guess miracles do happen. So
miracles happen, brother. Miracles happen. It was just funny because we looked at each other like, did SNW just hit you up? Yeah. Let's do it.
Shout out to Braylon for that.
I love Braylon. Braylon's been a good dude for me for a few years now, so I'll give him all the love on here as much as I can.
Yeah, because I did not know that you two got them things at the same time. I did not know that. So I was like, all right, listen, I'm just trying to find New England time. Boom, boom, boom.
So
when y'all said that, I was like, how fucking convenient is that? Shit.
So here's one question I want to ask you, Gunner, directly. Now that we're talking about the tag team, you and Cletus, do you see in the not too distant future an extra pair of eyes at ringside? Maybe a redneck hottie at the ring with the two of you?
We're open to it. We would definitely want to mind a little how can I put this nicely? A little country booty, did you say?
Yeah, make sure her cup ranneth over to
that little shit.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. But yeah, we're definitely open to adding a third if we can.
To make it a trios, or do you want that third to be like a manager type of sort?
That's what I'm
whatever the lady wants to do. If she wants to valet, she can valet. If she wants to whip some ass with us, she can whip some ass.
Damn, almost like a Sherry Martel. I like it.
Hey man, Sherry was a badass back in her day. I'll take a Sherry Martel any day.
You gotta find like one of those. Who's that Jessica? That Jessica chick from Dukes of Hazzard. You gotta get one of those type of girls.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly.
I can see that. It is when people will be like, "Oh, they got a manager. It's a chick, like a sunny type of like look, that type of stuff." I'll be like, "Okay, I'm interested, but why? Oh, this is why."
If we can find one that wants to join, dude, all out it. But I will say this: country girls are a little hard to find. You can find a city girl any day.
Yeah. No,
But country girls, they're a lot more recluse. They're a lot more reluctant to do that. As much as they like to get down and dirty in the mud pits and all that, it's hard to find one that wants to, get in with what we do.
Exactly.
Listen, man, just have them. Listen, man. Only thing you need to do is have them come up with like a toy gun shotgun, or the whole Bray Wyatt rocket shit. Or
you talking about Cleveland?
Oh, shucky.
Just like that, and just back and forth, back.
I mean, we could put Cletus in a bikini. He comes out with a toy shotgun every time.
No.
Wait. No,
I'm going to make
that idea
out the door.
That idea, I think Stephen A. Smith got something he wants to say to that idea. I think
They are trash. Horrible.
That's like saying called stripping naked with a G-string on, trying to fucking dance in the ring with with a ring full of divas.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
And believe, I just watched Armageddon 2006, so I saw that. So I was like, it's funny how we let shit fly. We were just so oblivious to this shit, but we didn't even care. It was entertainment,
Right. Sorry, just the idea of Cletus in a bikini has got me going. Just fucking hilarious.
I'm trying to. Yeah, well.
Cletus, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I would rather this.
No. Give me that all day.
I see you, Cletus. I mean, or this.
Cletus has Miss America. That's fucked up. That's wild.
Okay, Roman Reigns is like,
oh god, not the tribal chief. I don't want to disappoint the tribal chief.
Even Stephen A is like, this motherfucker.
Oh, suck his ass. Oh no.
Quick, someone change the subject.
Miss Congeniality.
Breaking. This broke earlier. Blackheart, I don't know if you know. We now have back-to-back gold in men's hockey over Canada, 2-1 in overtime. Hey, Canada, how's your lips? Can I take a moment of your time? I'd like to know if you've heard about our Lord and Savior, Nothing Beats a Jet 2 holiday, bitch. America wins the gold in men's and women's hockey to close the Olympics out.
I'm still waiting for cricket, man. I think that's the only other sport we haven't tackled yet.
That's wild.
Well, who knows? Who knows what we're gonna get gold in next?
So, Gunner, where are we going to be expecting to see you next besides March 14th at SNW Draft Night? You got any other spots that you're going to be tearing up the next few weeks?
So as of right now, my only bookings moving forward is this Friday night at Lucky Pro Wrestling against Chase Stevens and whoever replaces Anthony Green for the tag team titles. Obviously, like you said, we got March 14th. Other than that, right now I got very little bookings. Actually, I'll let you know I'm dealing with an injury right now, but I will be cleared by Friday.
Okay. How did that injury take place?
So I got a knee injury while training about 2.5 years ago. Actually, I'll break it to you guys. It turned out to be an ACL meniscus, but I'm not out for that 6 months to a year crap.
Really?
Yes.
No surgery.
No, we had surgery. We had surgery back in December. But I have a very good surgeon. And they've had me on a very rigorous PT schedule. Mm-hmm. But I was projected for the end of this month, if not next month at the latest. But we're looking very good for Friday night. So we will be gung-ho and ready to go by then. And just to give a little bit, I think it's because of the fact that we ended up putting a skin graft in there. So instead of having to do all the big major parts of it, I think it's because we did that and because we're doing such a rigorous PT schedule. That's why I'm coming back sooner than what you would see on a typical ACL injury.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's dependent on the body, the doctor,
Right.
and what their plan is for your recovery. That could be a huge factor into it. Because we've seen a lot of people, they be gone for like a year.
Well, look at Layla Gray.
Maybe longer than that, 18 months. I mean, just look at Jason fucking Tatum for crying out fucking loud.
Yeah,
exactly.
He prepared to come back, I think, within like the next week to 2 weeks.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So,
yeah. So I'm blessed with
who you are, what your body is, and how that, I guess, how that recovery kind of manifests itself and what you do with that. So kudos to Gunner for actually saying, you know what, nah, I don't want to be out for a whole year. I only want to be out for X amount of months. Let me get myself back in the motion. You know, that takes
trust me, the last 2 months that I haven't been able to do anything, I've been going insane because I hate not being in that ring. I hate not being able to mix around with people. So the beginning of this year has sucked for me because of this.
You could have had that time to write some country music, that type of shit with the nice little guitar. You know what I'm saying? Just feel like, you know what? What if I make this into like a segment or a skit?
Well, a lot of my free time has been taken up. Actually, this house that I'm in right now, I'm helping out renovating, so a little bit that I can do here and there. You know, I've been plugging away at this with a buddy of mine. But yeah, the recovery's going great. Like I said, we should be golden for Friday night. Obviously, we'll be wicked golden for March 14th. So don't let anybody think that this ACL injury is keeping this redneck down. This ain't keeping me down for less than 7 days.
You heard it here first, folks.
Less than 7 days.
Gunner ain't playing around. He's gonna see to it.
Oh, if anyone got any questions for my man Gunner Moody, now's the time.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. Bobby did ask something before too. Have you wrestled for Beyond Wrestling before?
Bobby.
I thought I saw that comment. No, I have not wrestled for Beyond or Wrestling Open, but I am very much open to wrestling for them.
Okay.
Ooh. And
wait a minute. Wait. And one more question too. You used to wrestle for UFO wrestling too, right?
Yes, with Pat Dillon and then with Danny Bacard.
That's my guy right there, man. Shout out to Pat Dillon, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my guy right there. You know, that's my boy.
Pat was really good to me. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on with the UFO and the UWE now, as I believe it's called. I always get the names mixed up.
I don't know what the hell's going on with them either, but the one that I'm gonna say is this: if that Iron Workers fucking building will be open to us going in there, I'll buy. Yo, listen, I need that now.
That building was gorgeous.
I don't want to step on Danny's toes, so that's the only one thing that's been preventing me from doing that move.
That building was gorgeous. So if Danny can get UWE going again, or if you guys take over, like, let's do it. But yeah, so I've done them just to give more promotions that I've done. I did Green Mountain once. I did a couple of spot shows here in Massachusetts. Nothing really too crazy, but yeah, like I said, APW Lucky Pro. You'll see me at Chaotic mostly as a security guard now, but I have done spots for Chaotic. Yeah, man, I'm just trying to get it out as much as I can, or at least I was, but I can tell you right now, last year, I probably had 3 weekends where I wasn't at a show in any capacity.
So you were the real busybody.
I was very busy last year. I was gone almost every Friday, Saturday night, if not a Sunday night.
Oh, wow.
You
was hitting the ground hard.
You might make it look like you was cheating on the girl that way. Just, I'm out Fridays and Saturdays. And that's it. I'm coming home whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, pretty much. There was actually a day I had to call out my normal job because I was coming home from Maine for Limitless one night. And I was like, dude, I'm coming home. I'm going to be home at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I am not coming in for 6 a.m. I'm calling out.
Attaboy.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta do what's necessary too. That's also the tricky part about being a wrestler too, is when you're gone for too long and then you're trying to get back to your normal life. Something happens, and now you're like, fuck, what am I gonna do? But I'm glad that you actually, you got your head on straight. Your knee is getting better. You're coming
Yes.
back, and you're doing these shows. Can't wait for March 14th to see what unfolds that day. And we having a good show that day. So get your tickets now. Get your tickets
Buy 'em.
now.
Get him
Buy
now.
the
Go
ticket.
see the new arrival. Go see him step in the ring. See
And
who's
many
hurt
new
first.
arrivals that day. So you might never know where this man Gunner might get drafted to. So
Yep. And Gunner, one question that I really want to ask you is, who do you look forward to facing in Supernova, and eventually a major promotion, whether it's New Japan, whether it's NWA, WWE, all of them? Who would you want to face most? Doesn't matter where the promotion is.
So for Supernova, I'll call out the champ, Johnny Pierce. Johnny and I have been wanting to lock horns for a while.
Oh, shit.
So I'm looking for Johnny immediately when it comes to SNW.
because he's
But,
too. Yeah, no, I totally forgot about Johnny Pierce. Fuck, yeah. I was just saying, I was like, oh yeah, because he is the world champion over there too.
As for major promotions, dude, give me anybody. Give me anybody. I don't care if it's, Lance Storm, if he's still around. Not Lance Storm, Lance Cade or friggin' my names are getting mixed up right now.
Long since passed, dude.
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah, there we go. My brain wasn't working there. But give me
All
Trevor
right.
Murdoch, give me somebody from New Japan, give me anybody out of AEW. Like, dude, just give me a long list of top stars out there. I would love to do it. Like I said, I got Chase Stevens Friday night. Yeah, exactly.
Now I do gotta ask one additional question for me. We all know the intergender matches, the guys and the girls locking up. What is your take on it? And has it ever crossed your mind to want to do something like that?
If it makes sense.
Say that
if
again.
It makes sense is the thing.
If it makes sense, he said.
Okay.
So my thing with intergender wrestling, I don't hate it, but I do hate it when it's like you got tiny little woman versus big giant scary man.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that to me is just like I know we got the David versus Goliath thing going on, but there's some cases where it's like I can't.
Yeah, let me let me throw my 2 cents into this too, because I had a lot of people ask me about intergenders and SNW and like that type of stuff too. We do have like an open policy where like the women can challenge the men, that type of shit like that. But I think when it comes to the believability of it, you gotta be careful with that too, because some people may look at that the wrong way. And we've seen a lot of fans outside of wrestling that may look at that and be like, oh my god, this is fucking offensive, blah blah blah, and like, you know what I'm saying, and like whatever. But if it's a big bitch, oh no, go for yours, sis, whip his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes no fucking sense. So for me, I'll say just take it with a grain of salt, depending on who it is. And like you said, I totally agree with Gunner. It gotta be in the right situation. The right situation, and you gotta have the right partner to be next to that person to take most of the hits for that, because you don't want the girl to be doing all the fucking heavy lifting, bro. Like, no, you don't want that.
Right.
You kind of want to build it to be like you want to get to the girl, but in order for you to get to her, you got to get to her partner first. He's trying to protect her. They're trying to go after her. They're trying to knock her ass out, get her out the way. That's how you got to play the psychology when it comes to those type of matches. Or it should be just simple: men versus the men, women versus the women. When it comes to that, so if a man tags out, the woman comes in. That's it.
The old school rules of a mixed tag match. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. That's what I firmly believe in, but others, they're extremely open to it. I might still just be careful.
Like I said, I don't hate it. It just gotta make sense to me. Like I said, as long as it's not like tiny woman versus very big man. Like, I mean, we've seen Rey Mysterio versus Great Khali. It can work, but it's just it. You know what I mean? But now, if you put me in the ring, like I'm gonna just give Rhea Ripley a thing. You put me in Rhea Ripley, absolutely. I believe Rhea Ripley could whip my ass, and I won't deny that for a fact.
You gonna take that whooping, because if you don't, we all know who gonna come and do it for her, and I would not want to be in the ring with that motherfucker.
Shorty
and
Mac?
that's the hubby.
Shorty Mac? What you mean? Gunner is taller than him.
Hubby. I'm talking hubby.
Gunner is taller than him.
Oh,
Yeah, but Buddy's got more muscle than I do, and he could probably kick my ass more than I could kick his.
oh shit.
I'll be honest.
Listen, whatever in doubt, punch him below the belt.
Hey. Judge Mills Lane. I'll allow it.
Just whatever you do, whatever in doubt, just protect yourself.
Yeah, load a belt and get automatically DQ.
No, we had a
You ain't shit.
I guess so. I guess I ain't, but whatever. I'll take my chances.
Hey. I always say that because it's like, dude, come on, we bros. You can't be hitting him in the reset button, the family jewels. Come on, man.
Yeah, family jewels only last you for so long, anyways.
Oh yeah.
So
Damn.
let's just say that much.
Damn.
But Gunner, we had a blast. We had a blast
Oh,
on
my
the
question.
show this morning. Sorry that if you wasn't doing anything, then at least it wasn't anything taken away from anything. This is where you do your plugins and shout outs and anything like that. Tell the people where that they can find you and anything like that. Getting some new fans with this platform.
And we give you the center stage, brother.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to you guys for having me. To any of the fans that tune in, you can find me at Instagram, redneck_Moody24, and then you can find me on Facebook at Gunner Moody. Those are all my socials. I don't got Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, but like I said, you can find me at Lucky Pro this Friday night against Chase Stevens and a replacement for Anthony Green, whoever it is. Me and Vern will knock them out, and we'll take those tag titles home either way. As for another plug, I'll give another plug to SMW on March 14th, man. You gotta come. You gotta see me make my debut. I want to hear you guys loud and rowdy. All right. So that's all I got to plug right now. As more comes down the line, just keep following my socials and you'll see where I'm going to be.
Definitely that. Eric?
Hey, look, I enjoyed having you on the program, getting to know you a little bit more. I love it. I love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. The promo, amazing. Keep practicing. You're killing it. Supernova, it ain't going to matter where he ends up. Y'all better be on notice. And
hey, if anything, ESU or ESW, reach out to this man. You'll send a game.
Hey, you're in Buffalo. I'll have to reach out to
me.
Hey, I'll let you guys. I'll let something else come out. Passport's coming. Want to go international this year?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. See, good news.
We might get you in Canada, eh?
Hey, I'll go to Canada.
Hey, you could be a heel up there. Just like Brett was the heel here.
No. He be revered up there because you got to look at that TV show, Little Kenny.
That's right.
He blends it with them type of country folks up there in Canada, so he would get the fuck over up there too.
Right.
Trust me, if you ever watch that show, Leonard Kenny, believe me on that. Believe me.
I've seen the show, so yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, so you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. That's why I was like, he'll do just fine up there. They'll love him up there.
Okay, fair enough. But I will say this. You're coming up fast. You're doing well. Just the Cletus in a bikini.
Yo, I can't even roll my blunt anymore. Yo, come on, dog.
Oh, dude, come on. You can still roll it. Listen, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. You gotta have some whiskey to drink it down.
It stuns the brain just when you even thinking about that. Is it even trying to get the imagination to that? No.
Listen, you're the one that said have her bring out a shotgun. Cletus is the one that carries the toy gun. Yeah, the only logical explanation is that you want to see Cletus in a bikini.
Unless I'm doing an 8-ball blow.
This is the professor all over again.
Buddy got something he wants to say again. No.
This is the Nutty Professor just rewritten the fuck over.
Pretty much.
Wow. Yeah, please. Yeah, please. Today, we don't need you as a man. We need you as a woman.
Clears, I need you in the heaviest makeup you can get in, and I need a bikini top as thin as the freaking paper.
In a wig.
In a wig. Actually, he's got long hair. He's fine.
In a wig. Do the whole what's the fucking thing? That Satina shit, that whole Satina Barella.
I remember that.
Oh no.
Like a pony. I'm a pony. I'm a pony.
Oh no. Okay, you know what, man? No, we gotta go to commercial break now because this is too much. That's too much. No,
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for that.
It was a pleasure to have you on. I loved it. The fact that the boss man, filled me in on it early in the week. I had heard about you. I'm like, I gotta check this motherfucker out. Let's see what we have. And I can tell you, it's time for a tag team like this to make it big again. Lance Cade and Murdoch should have got better, in my opinion, than what Vince gave them. Unfortunately, we lost Lance Cade too young, too soon. But eventually, Murdoch, as we all know, he'd do Harley and his old partner proud, and he'd become NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So I think a tag team like this could definitely make another comeback and go places that nobody could have dreamed.
That's what we're hoping.
And then we can see signs that says New England Country. That'd be hot.
We're not married to Camo Country. We can change the name to New England Country. I mean, we can do whatever.
Hey, but keep it in the camo colors.
New England Country.
But yeah, man, me and Cletus, we were doing good until he had his back injury, and now that we're coming back, we're gonna come back stronger and bigger than ever.
Okay. Well, Blackheart, anything else you want to add?
Gunner, I'll see your ass in how many days?
Less than 2 weeks, something like that.
Like 18 days, whatever.
18 like days. That, yeah.
20 days.
I'll see your face.
20 days?
Yeah, yep. 20 days. 20 days, yeah.
Then 20 days and we're counting, brother.
Yes, it is.
Well,
yes, it is. Get your tickets now.
Or call the hotline.
All day of the show at the door. And we do accept cash, PayPal, and Venmo too. So please, I know.
Yep. And don't forget to check out the hotline if you need it, or go to Ticketmaster. Sorry, I had to fucking do that one.
Oh, God. We got a 1-800 number?
Nothing, baby. What's that number again?
1-888 Wrestling Rules.
They still got that?
I wish. I would. I'd bring it back in a heartbeat. Right. With that being said, y'all heard the boss. It's time for a commercial break. But when we come back,
no more Cletus in the bikini talk.
Yeah, no.
But
I think our guest wants to stick around. He might like this topic. We dive into pro wrestling history.
I'll stick around for that.
Moment that set the tone for ECW.
Yeah,
it's the infamous story. Tommy Dreamer,
you want to stick
finding the set
around for the rest?
I'll stick around for you guys. Why not?
All right. So
I got nothing else to do today. I'll hang out with you guys for a little longer.
All right, we're gonna go to commercial break, but when we get back,
sure, why not?
You don't want to stick around, ladies and gentlemen, because this one's gonna get good. See you soon. But not
drugs are being involved.
Calling Gordon. Calling Captain James Gordon.
Dimensions has a somewhat looser feel to it.
Yeah, it's got an almost improvisational tone.
I got that call, man. I got that call. March 14th, Supernova Wrestling's draft night. Now, I understand a lot of you watching this may not know who I am, so please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Gunner Moody, and I am the New England Redneck. Now, I've been on the independent scene for a little over 3 years now, and in that time, I've been in the ring with some of the brightest stars that New England has had to offer. I've been in the ring legend, icon, done it.
I guess
we already watched that commercial already. I guess we watched that commercial. I guess we watched that one already.
The commercial was longer, but that's okay. Our guest will be joining us momentarily, but
I'm back.
Okay, he's back. He was all an ass. And as Blackheart said before we hit the break, drugs will be involved in this one. Wait. Weed is not a drug, children. It is just a plant. It just grows. And if you should happen to set it on fire, there are some effects. Hungry, happy, sleepy. That's it. You wake up with the munchies. But children, please understand, if your dad smokes pot and he laces it with Viagra, you're going to feel some weird shit.
In my case, creativeness.
Right.
No,
well,
in my case, creativeness.
Yep, absolutely. I concur.
Creativeness.
Mm-hmm. And weed brings out some great creativity. Now, the boss man is having some technical difficulties.
Yes, he is.
Oh, that can be good. Do we still
a little
got
robotic there, shiz?
Don't mind us. Like I said, this is not our problem. This is the StreamYard's problem. So StreamYard, you better get your shit together. Or either that or someone else is probably on the same account as we are and is probably doing a live stream at the same time. So that probably
could be a mix of both. You never know.
Just explain to the thing what the hell the stream. But needless to say, no, we're back. That's all there is to it. Eric, what is what's this week's thing? What's this week's thing? Because I didn't even look at it at all.
This week, now, Gunner, every week during the second half of the program, just to give you a quick rundown, I pick a different topic of discussion, whether I break down a match from the past, the biography of a wrestler. I take a match and I throw a what if situation. But a new segment.
The three chambers of hell.
Or as we call them now, the new segments, because go back and watch the archives. Somebody has an unhealthy obsession with the greatest villain of all time. And episode 2, season 1, you'll find out why. So, folks, if you haven't checked this out, Blackheart knows.
Yeah, I remember that one. Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah, it had you laughing afterward because you didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming.
But this is the new one. I pick a moment in pro wrestling history and we talk about it and how it shaped the landscape of the sport as a whole. So for this week, it came to my mind after we went off air last week. It's a story that took place in the Land of Extreme in Philadelphia in 1994. What led up to me deciding this was, as we probably are all aware, the 90s were a hell of a good time. But if you got in trouble when you were overseas, yeah, you was on punishment. And there was a kid in real life who did some nasty shit, and he got trouble. And over there, he got a Singapore caning. And as we all love, the hardcore
Wait. But Eric, also, to migrate over to the U.S. during a time period where pay-per-views wasn't so strong on blood and gore and guts, especially the MMA, USC was started back in 1995. Certain pay-per-view channels and providers would not stream it. So it came to one particular match that someone got hit with a Singapore cane in the US and they banned it. Which led to this moment coming up.
Yep. And so the genius of Paul Heyman decided to let the young up-and-comer Tommy Dreamer and the man who would be nicknamed the hardcore icon, the Sandman, kind of play this as a fuck you. You want to play this shit? I'll fix your ass. Watch this. So they came up with the storyline where Tommy Dreamer blinded the Sandman. So, quick history lesson. So we all know the Land of Extreme of VCW is one where, oh, I wish it were still around. I wish it were still so. But back in 94, as Blackheart alluded to, there was a lot of shit going on. A young upstart known as Tommy Dreamer would end up going into a story about wanting to gain respect from the talent, in particular, the Sandman. What ended up happening is Sandman beat him in a match, and Tommy had to take some licks. And at one point, he said, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" And this match was so violent. Post-match, mind you. Think of it as the 10 whacks MJF made Cody take. But this was worse. Dreamer didn't just get the fans' respect. He earned Sandman's respect behind the scenes. But he took this like a champ and said, "May I have another?" And he took a lot of shots. At one point during the story, during a match, he caned Sandman in the eye and then knocked a cigarette and caned him in the other eye. And for almost a month, Sandman made the fans believe that he had gotten blinded. When he came out, as you all saw, with Woman and Todd Gordon to say he was announcing his retirement, Dreamer was pissed. And when he went to confront Woman, well, Sandman pulled off the eye cover patches and went, "I got you, motherfucker." What? And off to the races we went. The reason I chose this match was it was rooted both in real life and in pro wrestling. And it helped shape some of the stigma back then of pro wrestling being way too violent. Now, in my honest opinion as a whole, I loved the fact that they did this in particular because it was, to me, a kind of middle finger saying, okay, you want to call us too violent? Watch this. We'll show you too violent. And yes, it went a bit too far, but it kept kayfabe going because you actually believed Sandman was blind. He never left the fucking house. He never got his mail. He did jack shit. He stayed in the house for 3 weeks.
He had his wife. He had his wife doing everything for him to keep up with the believability of the injury and shit, which made it even more powerful. Which means even back in our childhood days, kayfabe was the number one thing that every wrestler was taught. You gotta travel with the heels. If you're a heel, if you travel with the faces, I mean, if you're a face, you gotta travel with the faces. You can't be in the same motherfucking car, the same bar, the same locker room, the same fucking dressing room, the same hotels. None of that. You gotta keep your shit separate to make the believability for these fans that come in to say, yo, this person is a bad guy. And we know it because we never see these guys travel until later on down like the line. That whole thing changed. But you can keep going.
Yeah. But the other piece of the equation to this was you had everybody and their mother believing that he had to retire because he had been blinded. Now, mind you, they took the real life incident overseas. And as Blackheart alluded to, we had members of Congress calling MMA cockfighting. Pro wrestling was too violent because of ECW. It was where had ECW in 95 got on pay-per-view, they may have survived. But because of that cocksucker John
McCain.
McCain.
Back over that one real quick, right? Their first pay-per-view wasn't really till 1996. Okay?
96, 97.
MMA started before the first pay-per-view. They started in 95. In their very first match, someone got their fucking eye fucking kicked in. And someone got like their fucking tooth fucking bashed out of their mouth and it flew into the crowd. Pay-per-view buyers was like, oh, hell no. But the fans loved it. So Congress couldn't go against that, even though there was many communities and committees back then that was trying to fight to get it off of pay-per-view. It was too much. The fans fought for it to want it. Same thing how ECW fans fought, signed petitions, picketed outside the offices to get that first pay-per-view up there. If it wasn't for them, the lifeblood of the fans, we wouldn't got MMA. We would never got an ECW on pay-per-view.
So
which made it more acceptable, as you've seen later on down like the line with Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson fight. You see how that shit fucking went off the rails. But that was the highest grossest boxing match.
Off the rails is an understatement.
That was one of the highest grossest boxing matches in all of 1990s. Nothing else compared to that. The highest gross was that one ear bite. That was it.
I completely concur.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you guys this. If you remember watching it, whether it was in real time, like I was, or even, YouTube, the WWE Network, if it was still around. Fucking Vince. What was your guys' take on it? Because I got to ask this particular question. What impact did it have on fans and the sport as a whole? Whoever wants to go first.
I'll let Gunner go first.
So, specifically with the whacking of the kendo stick and all that, to see at an early age, because I remember watching that when I was maybe 12 years old, give or take. First time seeing such violence as that. And obviously ECW had that reputation of being the hardcore promotion. Obviously Extreme Championship Wrestling, barbed wire, all that crap. But seeing specifically a man get whipped as hard and as many times as Tommy did, man, I kind of wish that we had a little bit more of that today. Just a little bit. We don't need as much. But it definitely, it gave that stigma to professional wrestling, like you guys were saying, that we're just violence for the sake of violence.
Right.
But it was definitely a turning point for somebody like somebody like me to see that and go, man, this is another side of wrestling that I never seen before. Obviously, growing up being WWE guy and having to go back to watch ECW, it was a whole nother world of professional wrestling that, yeah, did amazing things. Kind of put us back a little bit, but to have kayfabe like that again, man. Eric, we were talking earlier at the show that we need kayfabe a little bit more, just a little bit more. And during the 90s, that was when kayfabe was at its peak. You could do shit like this and not have any consequences to it.
Well, more than that, it was more also of you had the fans believing to such a degree that Sandman had been blinded, that he may retire, and that you were seeing somewhat of a heel Tommy Dreamer at the time.
But it was also the creative genius of Paul Heyman.
Exactly.
Yes.
Who came up with that thing and who was actually doing studying, and he found out about the incident over there in the East Coast about the Singapores. The Singapore Canes, someone, I think it was like a news article. He said that he read about a Singapore Cane, someone beat someone so bad with it. And he's like, you know,
it was actually a caning from a crime that was committed in the Middle East.
Okay, yeah. So I remember that he said something about that news article, and that's when he came up with the whole idea. Like, we're trying to be something different. What has WWE and WWF and WCW have not done yet? That shit.
Actually, I can tell you what it was that got Heyman to go with this. So,
but also, wait.
Go ahead.
But also, the metamorphosis of Tommy Dreamer. He really needed that segment to happen for him to evolve as the character, as we've seen later on down the line. He became known and loved because the character that he came in from before, the whole goody two shoes, clean cut guy,
that wasn't cut.
For the ECW fans, they wanted him to change. He was reluctant to it until what Paul Heyman had to sit him down and kind of say, "Yo, your character guy needs a little bit more metamorphosis." But then we came to the Singapore part. He said, "You know what? You and Sandman, because Sandman was already the heel at the time, great heel at the time period anyway, and he was the embodiment of that. So you have the embodiment of your company trying to evolve a younger talent to become a star. Star making ability was made from that point on, to where we respected Tommy Dreamer. The very next show that he came back from, he changed his whole entire attire. That's when you know the change was the change was full blown in. He embraced his hardcoreness. He bled a lot more. He lost his he lost a testicle for like a brief period and shit. But he was beloved at the end of all that because he sacrificed, and that's what the crowd wanted from him, was to sacrifice a lot more.
Yeah, and here's the actual incident that happened. So in 1994, there was a teenager from the United States over in Singapore, and he caught a case for vandalism. And over there, they don't play that game. He was arrested for stealing road signs.
It was a law in that state, though, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Singapore, the country.
State law or something like that involving Singapore Canes for that state, and that's how the punishment was commenced.
It was like their form of capital punishment or something like that.
That's what I'm reading to you guys. That's what I'm reading to you now.
Okay.
So Michael Fay, teenager, caught a case for vandalism, stolen stop signs, and vandalizing a total of 18 cars. The district court in the country of Singapore said, "Okay, you little shit, you're gonna pay the penalty. We respect you pled guilty, but you're not, you ain't taking this." So as a form of capital punishment, as Gunner mentioned, he had to take 6 whacks from the Singapore cane. And trust me when I tell you, media and our government were like, this ain't okay, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what?
Well, we built
President tried to call it an extreme and mistaken punishment and asked the country for clemency. Singapore Cane did not grant it and told the president at the time that we have our laws. He came here as a guest. He broke said laws. He will answer for that punishment and live with it, whether you like it or not. We are not coddling. We are not baby. They tried to keep him from getting the 6 whacks. He got them. Took him like a champ, but he got it. And that was the genius of Paul Heyman, to take that and adapt it to Dreamer and Sandman. Like you said, it made Dreamer turn the character around, but look what it did for both as a whole. They both were beloved by the fans, mutual respect for one another, but you also knew that if either one jumped ship somewhere else and it didn't work out and shit went sideways and one of them was getting attacked, the other one's going to show up out of nowhere and all hell's going to break loose. They had each other's backs both in and out of the ring. And that's influential because Kevin Nash said, do you want to make friends or make money? These motherfuckers found a way to do both.
And also one other point too that I want to make as well as far as this goes. Not only that what you just said of where the source came from, how to create the story. Now we see how stories in wrestling come into play because it got to come from somewhere. Some things is not organically unless it just unravels and right in front of your face, and you be like, you know what? I got my idea for y'all because of that one motion right there. I got the whole story already playing in my head. Boom. But other times they go from TV shows. They go to movies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll say, like, we seen Roman versus Cody twice. We already depicted that was all part of the Star Wars thing. I think it was Return of the Jedi and the Emperor Strikes Back. We picked that up based on what happened during that rivalry, certain key things that gave you the scene in your head. I'm like, wait, I've seen that before. They're taking this shit from blah 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 blah, whatever else like that. You know what I'm saying? Same way how for instance, Main Event Mafia, that was a parody of the Ocean movies.
Yes, it was.
You know what I'm saying?
Where they got it from.
You gotta think about where all these things kind of come from to be like, how can a fan resonate with that? What do they like? What is certain? If you done a survey, 9 out of 10 people will say, okay, they learned this from this. Now, one of the persons say they learned it differently from this way. And that's how you kind of gotta, like, you know, target your audience and be like, okay, who knows what? I think ECW found their audience. The audience came to them. Yes. They just found what worked for them and said, okay, now we got the formula for how we're going to run our shows. Now this is how we're going to do creatively for boom, 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 and now we're off to the races.
Exactly. So I want to ask you both this question. If this were to happen today, do you think it would have the same impact as it did then? Or because of the world we live in, it would be deemed, oh, that's too violent.
It'd be worse than it was back in the 90s.
Tell me why.
The way media is nowadays, it would be blown far more out of proportion than it ever was out of the 90s. Because
phones and shit, everything.
Exactly. Everybody's got a voice on social media. Everyone's got something to say. It would just from what it was in the 90s versus what it could be today, it would be on every news outlet. Everyone's phone would be seeing it, whether you're a wrestling fan or not. It would just be everywhere, and everybody would have an opinion on it more so than they would in the 90s. It would just, I can't even comprehend how bad it would be today.
I got to agree with Gunner too, because even back in the day where it was only just television and the newspapers and the radio stations, that's the only way that like you're really gonna hear it like that. But they're all territorial and shit. You'll say different towns, different radio stations will cover different stories, unless it's one giant story that the whole world had to hear. But if it's not about the city or like your local environment, they're not really gonna cover for that. So it would have never gone out to that big range as it was. That's why it was cool for Paul Heyman to do it back then, because no one had heard about it unless you lived on the East Coast and that type of shit. Now the world can hear it now because what we got to do is upload a blog, that type of shit, post up the video. It's everywhere. You share it to people, sharing from your phone compared to what it was back then. Huge difference.
Back then, it was just more hearsay. He said, she said, and then, like you said, the newspapers and TV. Now we got a computer in our pockets everywhere we go. You know, a story like that, your phone's immediately going to be blown up by 20, 30, 50 people in your contacts going, yo, did you see this crazy shit that just happened? Like, what is this? What the hell is this?
Yo, I was there. Take a look at my video from up close. You know
exactly.
They use whatever like these candid footage from to say, okay, this is what happened. This is the end result, but you don't get it from both sides of the spectrum. They say what led up to this moment from both sides of the fence. Was there was this communication? Was there miscommunication or something? Was this a punishment? Was this something that was planned? Whatever.
Exactly. Now,
they want to know the full details now compared to what it was back then.
Now, this is going to be a two-part question that I'm going to ask. Half of it is, if it were done now, would it would kayfabe be influential because of what we've seen and shit, like Unreal and all the other crap? Or, like you guys previously said, are we going to see the same bullshit? The over the top, the more than it needs to be from like media and all the other.
Same bullshit.
Same bullshit.
Same bullshit. Because no matter what, you gotta look at WWE now and how they use the Singapore stick / kendo stick. They have to change the name because it was too. Yeah. It brought up a bad history with that, so they brought up a new name, kendo stick, whatever. Certain companies don't have to utilize them things. Other ones don't. Other ones are way more wickedly fucking brutal on the body. Others not. It's dependent on the material that they manufacture to use. So even with that, and even with the kayfabe nowadays, hell no, it would never work.
Never.
It would not work because they had not worked at Extreme Rules after 2015. It was lackluster. Hell in the Cells, when you use Kindle 6 in there, it kind of defeats the purpose of why it's Hell in the Cell.
Exactly. That annoys me. Like, I don't know. I think we all could concur on this.
Shout out to my man Dez.
What's up, Dez?
Dez, welcome.
He had a match last night too. So
yeah, I actually met Dez last night at the same show, so we got to talking.
Yeah. So some of y'all really like going to the same promotion shit like that too. Y'all always see each other, so that's awesome too.
So here's the thing I want to wrap this up with and ask is this: if there were a scenario today, let's just say a real life scenario that was similar to this, because yes, capital punishment still happens in those parts of the world. And let's say, hypothetical, Hunter got his shit together and his head out of his ass, and Heyman heard a similar story like this. How do you think they would incorporate it to make it less of what we know and more PG friendly?
I don't know if you can get it PG friendly though. That's the thing.
Not really. It got to be PG-13 or something.
Yeah,
okay, so we would take it.
You're gonna do stuff like that, right? Because if you're taking chair shots, you saying to me that chair shots are PG?
No, I'm saying, is there a scenario?
No. Because I'm breaking down from where the whole TV rating grade lies in, right?
Right.
If you go to like TVG or TVY7, you can do violence, but it's not gonna be like, oh, you can't spit blood. It may be a couple of chair shots, but no wicked ones. TV like 13, that type of shit like that, whatever. You TV can have 14, like a little bit of blood, one, you know what I mean? You're saying a couple of curse words. TV 17 to MA, that's all adult. It means you can actually curse. You can actually do blood. You actually get wickedly hit with fucking Kindle 6 to the head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you can do there's certain grades and restrictions that you can do for each grade. That's why we have the movie scene being when it's like rated G, rated PG, rated PG-13,
rated R. We don't see rated R.
That type of shit. What that is. So it's a depiction of what shit that they're gonna have in there that you'll be able to watch and you may be able to tolerate and stomach compared to other ones like how we was with PG-13. We went to fucking rated R movies. We tried to blend in and try and make it seem like we were 17, but we wasn't, but we still did anyway. And we still got exposed to what a rated M, what a rated R movie was compared to a rated PG-13 movie was.
I was thinking that too. So, with that being said, any other comments about this and its impact in the world of pro wrestling history? Because I think it set the tone for what fans would come to expect from ECW, but it also started making Vince slowly go, what the fuck is Heyman doing?
I don't even think Vince was even paying attention to him in 94. I think he paid attention to him in 95. Going into 96, he started paying attention because he needed more bodies.
Because this happened before the end of 94, going into 95.
Yeah,
if Vince was paying attention, he would have.
I mean, because even like back in like the day in 95, how many independent promotions were running that you can go in and just find talent, find foreign talent?
None.
Only a selected few. Jim Crockett, Smoky Mountain, and a few other ones. But other than that, you had to go to like whoever they like you knew from the inside and know like, yo, they might have some rookies that like they're training at home. They were, yo, bring your rookies in.
Gunner, what do you have to say about it?
I have to agree with Shiz, but at the same time, I feel like if Vince was paying attention in '94, it wasn't him paying attention. It would be somebody like Howard Finkel, because I know Fink back in the day had his pulse on like everything going on in professional wrestling at that time.
Okay.
So if Vince was getting information about what ECW was doing at that time, if he wasn't already keeping an eye on it, he was probably getting it from the Fink or Bruce Pritchard or something, being like, yo, they just did this. We might need to step up our game. I know wasn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't WCW
Patterson, Gerald Briscoe probably all had ideas.
I guarantee you, Bruce was watching. Paul Moody, aka Paul Bearer. I can guarantee you that you guys are right. There were a lot of the guys in the back keeping an eye on shit.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't WCW starting to get that little edgy during '94, or was it '95 that they started pushing it more?
No, WCW hadn't really kicked up until Nitro in '95 had started.
Okay.
Well, when
right, well, for me, I would say '96 because when you actually started doing the Scott Hall and Kevin Nash just leaving WWF to go to WCW, they're still using the main versus Diesel and March and Razor Ramon, and they had to get sued because they using mannerisms and shit. Vince sued them, so it was really an issue because you're not supposed to be able to take your mannerisms of your character over here to another company that I created, even though they both created Razor Ramon and Diesel, but who had the copyright to it and who has the trademark? Vince does.
Yes, and the other thing is he can't go after Hogan because Hogan done it, and it was like, oh shit, I can't touch Terry.
You really can't.
He said 95. I'll say 96.
Okay, I respect. I can.
The point I was trying to make was obviously with
95 when Hogan was there, it was still kid friendly shit because the Yeti and shit, whatever storyline they did with War Games, there wasn't really that much blood in 95 and shit, and it started popping up to 96 when it started getting edgier rated.
Okay, I can agree with that. Gunner, what was the point you want to make?
I was just trying to say, because if you had 94 gain extreme with ECW, I was trying to remember when WCW started to get their edge, and then that's when Vince was like, yo, the attitude has got to start rolling. Obviously, it wasn't called that at the time, but
no,
there had to have been a point between 94, 95, and 96 where he's looking at the other promotions and going, we gotta stop doing these worker gimmicks. We gotta stop doing the trash man, the evil dentist, stuff like that. We gotta get a little bit more serious.
Well, what really kicked him in the crotch is a infamous meeting where everybody, JR, Pat, Briscoe, whole fucking creative team, Vince had a copy of the Raw magazine that Vince did or Russo did with Austin and says, this is what the fuck we need to be doing. Slammed it on the table. Everybody that was doing creative, including Cornette, looked at Russo with the, we gonna slit your throat when you ain't seeing it look. But Russo has said he knew. He'd been trying to fucking tell Vince after Hogan left, you have to change this now. As soon as Nitro got at least month to 6 months of momentum getting there, he fucking knew, oh shit, if McMahon don't turn around, we're fucked. Really, KB? I want to say before the hardcore title. I want to say
I would definitely say before 98.
Way before 98. I'll stick to 96. I'm still gonna stick to 96 because it definitely changed when
what moment in 96
Scott Hall came in and the locker room was like, what the fuck are these guys doing here? And Eric Bischoff saw the vision. He's like, no, I need these guys because these guys can help me turn the narrative around. That was the turning point.
Other than that, what was the other moment?
Other moment, realistically, was when Vince made that promo of times has changed, so we have to change. That was the moment that I really said, okay, here's the reset button. Now we actually got the owner coming out, addressing the fans and saying, okay, we know that the last few years have been lackluster. It sucked ass, but we owe you guys an apology. Now we got to keep up with the times. It's 1997, 1998. Here, so now, boom, reset button.
Mm-hmm.
And what a reset it was.
Now is ushered in as the new World Heavyweight Champion. And once he won that title in 98, off to the races. Now here we go. This is the truth part. Off to the races. Here we go. Austin is now the head, or Austin's now the captain. Blah blah boom. You guys are all next man up mentality. So if he goes down, when you guys got to step up. It wasn't just now. No, you're the guy, and then if you get injured, I got to put it on somebody else, and then until you come back. No, it's now next man up. That's why we had Rock, we had Triple H, we had Mayfield, we had Undertaker, we had Kane, going down the front motherfucker list. No matter if you was no matter who, what the fuck he was on the card, you're gonna give your all in that match. Even compared to back in the day, you can tell people who was not wanting to be there, people just did it for a paycheck. That's why Brett was so adamant about bringing certain guys in. That's why they brought in Stone Cold. If it wasn't for Brett, we would never got Austin.
Yes, exactly.
So you gotta understand, like these,
but it wasn't just Brett.
So you gotta understand that your talent is also there to help you want to try to build this brand.
Yep. So overall, we are gonna say we know how much it impacted us, but y'all know what time it is. I know the boss knows.
Grind my gears.
It's time to tell everybody in this week's pro wrestling what the hell grinds my gears, even though I can't do the best Peter Griffin. You want to know what grinds my gears?
Tell them.
What grinds my gears is the lack of using Jade Cargill as best as you could. You gave her a title defense, and then you have her get a face-to-face with one Charlotte Flair. You're going to tease that? Why the fuck have you been waiting for, what, 2 years, Hunter? I mean... You're shitting your pants, okay? So that's number one. What else truly fucking grinds my gears is the mere fact that we are in 2026 and every other fucking goddamn PLE. No, it's a fucking pay-per-view. Shut the fuck up and get it right, jackass. You're saying it's a new era, a new era. Jack my era and kiss my fucking ass. You have not one time since 40 made new talent. And you want to know something? It ain't just me telling you this shit. You want to know who's telling you? Hang on. This motherfucker, the tribal chief, the OTC, is telling you. You haven't created stars since me and Cody at 40. You have talent in Florida. Are you still sleeping on your old baby? Here's a thought. Maybe if you got your head out of your ass and didn't play from the old fart who had that fucking 70s porno mustache when he sold the company off of Temu and actually lived up to the shit you've promised. Because let me tell you something. I ain't going to spend 15, 20, or even 30 fucking grand to go to a WrestleMania if the fucking show isn't up to snuff. And the fact that I'm hearing you're shutting down watch parties in Vegas? Who the fuck is you? You got fans that can't afford it because you're too busy being a bunch of greedy cocksuckers over at TKO. Here's another thing that grinds my gears. Hangman, you got suckered in like Cody did against Jericho. Although, if MJF does not come up with a stipulation, do we really need you to put more blood out of your body in another Texas death? Save that shit for like All In maybe once every other year. Look at this shit. KB just said they're shutting down Chicago watch parties for the Chamber.
Oh, yeah, KB, you said it for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was Chicago they were shutting down.
They're doing it for Mania. Okay, let me explain something to you. You want to know what grinds my gears? TKO, WWE. You want to catch up to that UFC money. Okay, fine. But you did it wrong. You fucked up so bad. You forgot who brought you to the goddamn dance. And I promise, I'm seeing it. Everybody may not yet. But I guarantee you one thing. that's going to be your WCW downfall. You have pissed in the cereal and basically did a Cartman's Mom German Scheisse video on every fucking generational fan that got you to this dance. And are charging unfathomable money. I should not have to be paying $150 to $200 to sit in the fucking nosebleeds for a Monday Night Raw or a Tuesday Night SmackDown, all because you want to get that money back from the Netflix. Fuck you. I'll give Tony Khan this. He's had his ups and downs creatively, but I'm going to give him some love right now, because guess what? That man has made it clear, unless he has to do something to make up for a shorter ticket sale buy, he's not changing the rate. You are going to push so many generational fans to AEW or other promotions. At some point, the casual fan is going to get bored. And the minute it happens, thank you. Enough said. That's what's coming. Guess what? You're going to end up like Ted motherfucking Turner. Because I know this. Netflix doesn't own a portion of TKO. USA Network doesn't. You fucked yourselves so anally with no lube. You have no clue how fucking screwed you will become. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, generational fans like myself, like Gunner, like Shiz, like all of us who helped get you to this dance are going to get to our breaking point.
Or we'll just stick to just watching pay-per-views on the internet and shit and just
Or going old school like Betamax.
I've been doing that shit for years. Which
Betamax.
I've never been paid for a pay-per-view since.
Exactly. But my point is this.
And also WWE, there's a loophole to this too, right? There's other like streaming apps and shit like that you can go on, like Google and Apple, and you can download them that I can watch TV from my phone, and I can watch Monday Night Raw, TNA, even AEW, are right there on my phone, live streaming this shit. So when you go on and be on the DAZN network too, which I know that you stream on there as well, it pops up on there too. So DAZN is also involved in this thing. Then that's another platform for people to watch pay-per-views on. If it's not just MMA and boxing and everything else. So just let you know that there's loopholes to watch pay-per-views without having to go to watch parties. I feel sorry for the people who go to watch parties just to be able to be out for a day, be out with your girl, be out with your peoples as wrestling fans, and have fun and be around other wrestling fans. And then you try to strip that away. It's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, you want to know what really is going to grind my gears the most? Is fans going too fucking far and threatening the wrestlers. I don't know if y'all heard about what happened to the DMD recently, but she's not doing dentistry full time because of fans getting too cuckoo for Cocoa Puff stalker-esque. Yes, we know that happens a lot, but fuck.
I literally just saw that before I came on this podcast. I saw that. I was like, really? Why are we
shitting me? Are you shitting me? I can't even fart.
Kid just making an appointment, just get my teeth cleaned, and then, hey, I know that you're a wrestler. I'm gonna keep it low key, but can you just sign this for me?
I'd be sitting there
at least do it silently, like at least like common sense. But that's the problem too. People don't got common sense anymore.
Oh no, it's not that common.
Common sense went out the door a decade ago, if not more.
15 years bare minimum. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, but folks, I'm gonna say this: if I met the DMD, I'd want a selfie and probably holler at her, if you catch what I'm saying, even though she's no longer with the but that probably won't happen because I have a thing for Miss Anna J and Bailey, but we won't dig into that too much. But overall, what pisses me off is fans. You're going too fucking far. This shit ain't okay. I mean, I don't need to have the woman formerly known as Sonya Deville having to have a guy arrested for stalking her ass and then him getting locked up and her having to have a restraining order. We don't need the shit that Liv Morgan had to go through a number of years back.
No,
I mean, shit.
Wait, hold on. And there was also something too. Someone was scamming a wrestling fan, like this old guy, like 60 years old, and they try to make it seem like it was really Liv Morgan talking to her. It had like Photoshop a driver's license with her old what was it called? I mean,
I heard about that.
The whole Riot Squad fucking photo and shit like that. I was like, you guys really going that far to actually try to scam someone as a wrestler? And you see on television every week? Wow.
Okay, let me tell you.
I never thought I would ever see the day that someone got catfish like that, and he was still oblivious to the shit.
Do you want to know what's worse?
Because he just wanted to be with a wrestler. I was like,
You want to know what's really bad?
I told myself if Eric ever does this shit, I gotta go up to Buffalo and then I gotta snap his neck myself. Because you're not taking this game.
I'd be like, yo, let's roll out.
Like, no way.
Let's roll. Let's roll, Kato. Let's roll, dog. Let me tell you all this.
But that actually happens too.
But here's the thing that really sets me off. That example, and there's one more, and I know you two will agree. Y'all remember the infamous attack on one Seth Rollins?
Oh God, yeah.
And Seth Rollins just was on Shannon Sharp's podcast like last week talking about that. And he knew something was up because he looked like so far gone and shit, but he didn't know about someone was scamming him too using a Seth Rollins fucking burner profile. And I was just like
guys,
and it's like catfishing. You know, and then now new scheme is we're gonna catfish wrestling fans as the wrestlers and squeeze their money out. And we're like, wait a minute, you guys are making 7 fucking figures, maybe 8 if you're Roman Reigns, close to that number. Why are you asking?
Roman's making 8 at least.
Why are you asking the fans for money?
Right? It's wild how scammers have gotten more sophisticated over the years.
Be buying some of these fans that be tagging them in posts and inspirational shit and buying them front seat tickets their own damn selves. So I'm like, what?
You want to know how you settle it? It's easy. I'll give you the best way to do it. I do it with 800 callers and that collectors. Hang on, this is what I do. I answer the phone and go, live, you're on the air with Howard Stern. It works every fucking time. They immediately hang up.
There's that chick on TikTok that does like all these wild, like, what was one? She did like a abortion pizzeria thing to get them to hang up. I'll have to look up her name, but she's got this landline where she'll do like the most outrageous things to a scam caller just to get them to hang up.
That's just nasty. That's good. I'm speechless off that one. Nah, man.
That's just the most ridiculous one she's done. She's done something where it's like the Lucifer hotline or something where she's like, oh, you press 1 for a Satan worshiping, press 2 for demon yelling, something like that. I can't think of her name right now, but she's done some wild like, oh, you just called this instead of whatever her actual name is.
That's insane.
Like right now, I have my phone on silent. I got a potential scam call going in. I'm almost tempted to answer it live on air. Go, hi, you're on the air with Howard Stern. Ababa booey, ababa booey, ababa booey, ababa booey. No, they already hung up.
It's probably a telemarketer too.
Oh, there's that too. You want to know what the best thing I'll say to you is? Back in the day, all right, here's what you could do with those scam calls. Pull it off the receiver. You could either pull the cord out, and this is advent of cell phones. You just put it right there and write scam calling. Had that happen in my house at one point. My mom got so pissed, and it was the early days of the old cell phones. You know, the big brick ass motherfuckers before they came in the bag and shit. I know what you know what I'm talking about, Blackheart Shiz. You know exactly the ones I'm talking about. You said, yep. She would literally either pull the phone off the receiver, or you know how they had the long 20-foot, 30-foot fucking cords on some of them motherfuckers? She'd take and that was connected to the receiver. Pull that part of the cord out. She'd write too many scam calls on a sticky note. Bam! Right on the phone and go, until this shit stops or we get them on our numbers on do not calls, tell them to call the cell phone. And that's what they did. So, and the other thing is, if you're a fan and you know that these motherfuckers are at least making 7 figures, 6 to 7 figures, and they're asking you for money, use your fucking head. You are so stupid.
I'm going to add to that just because being an independent guy, if you ever get a message that's not from the socials that I told you guys earlier, not me, do not send them money. I will not be looking for any money. You will never get a DM from my socials asking for money.
Exactly. And here's another thing you can do. You know those Jehovah's that walk around going, have you found Jesus? The best way I get them to leave me alone and go,
Jesus is black, and then I just slam my door.
I go, no, you want to know what I do? I go, yeah.
First of all, my Jesus is black. I don't believe in politics, and I don't believe in that much religious shit because it's just still another way to divide up the people, anyways. And I'm already an individual that's already being out.
Right. So, but here's what I do. Here's the best way to close it. Here's the best way to do it. I go, yeah, I found Jesus. He's in the basement helping me grow weed. You want to talk to him? He's coming up with a new strain called Holy Smoke. And I slam the fucking door.
I like that one better.
or you want to know what would be even funnier? And I actually witnessed this.
No, wait a minute. I got one more. Jesus was black. Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying to y'all about 9/11. Boom.
Boom. And I got a funnier one, other than the weed one. Friend of mine had that happening in his neighborhood. And he stole this idea from Eddie Griffin, the actor. So you're gonna know where I'm going with this.
Peter Rodica.
He stripped butt naked, 2 incense candles in front of the door, and he's just chanting in weird language and random shit. It spooked the fuck out of these two so bad. No Jehovah's have been seen in over 20 years in the neighborhood. It's fucking great.
That's amazing.
Funniest shit I've ever seen. Overall, use your head, folks. And in closing, for grinding my gears this week, Hunter, get your shit together and figure out how to fix the women's division. You got your head up your ass.
I don't even think it's Hunter. I just blame the board members of TKO.
Ooh.
Hunter's got to answer to somebody. He's obviously not the head.
Right.
And he's in charge, but he ain't the final say no more. He was before the sell to TKO. So I would say I'm gonna say that I hate to hearing people say Hunter's got to stick his head up his ass because of that. It's like you're not seeing the full picture where it's not just Hunter. It's as I hit my lamp, it's whoever is on that board. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you got a point. It's always someone above that person.
Blame Bruce, as he says.
Hey, no, you gotta go back and change this. Or this is fine, just a little less of this. It's always that one person. It's always that one higher up that's always going to be like that one that can either pull the plug or not. And this is actually Vince's doing in the fucking first place.
I'm gonna say this overall.
He's just a lightning rod right now.
Oh, at this point, fix the women's division. You have basically squandered Jade right now. I don't hear many fans wanting to see her fight. That should not ever fucking be the case for your champion. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Transitional.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Hate to say it, but yeah, that's kind of where she's going at right now.
So overall, for grinding the gears, use your fucking head, get the women's division fixed, and if you have scammer calls, please use some funny ass comedy. You'll feel better about it. You won't be as stressed. Or you could always say, "Hey, I'm smoking a blunt. Can you fuck off for a while?" Anyway, as I was saying, and leave it at that. It ain't that complicated. My God. And fans, the ones of the IWC that literally just sit at the keyboard all fucking day and bitch. You don't like it? Here's that motherfucking device called the remote. Use it. Jesus, I swear. Some days I want to hit the blunt, a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue, and maybe half an 8-ball to tolerate this shit. Okay?
I'll just take the Johnny Walker.
Okay, I'll join you in that. Turn the light. But with that being said, well, we got another show in the books, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank our special guest there, Mr. Gunner Moody, for spending time here with us today and going over 2 hours for the boss man showing up out of nowhere and bringing some fire and some fun to the show, as he always does. Next week, Nekro will be back with us. Shout out to the birthday boy from last week. Hopefully things are going okay at home for him.
Don't yell on Nekro.
I'm going to say this. I look forward to March 14th. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be seeing where things go. But other than the world title, I'm expecting you and Cletus to chase tag gold.
That's what we're hoping, man. Like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of gold. We're coming for gold one of these days. So we just got to rise those ranks and see what happens.
I just know the boss is going to get pissed at this next statement. Just for the love of God, please don't let him come out in a bikini.
Leave alone, I promise.
That shit.
I have no more energy for that one. I don't.
Just have security look at him before he goes through the curtain and go, dude, put on some pants. Why? Put on pants.
I want to let that go. No. A bikini top we might get away with. We ain't gonna scar the children with him in a bikini.
Yeah, with the
bottom.
Speedo, okay?
No Speedo, no fucking G-string, nothing now. So,
just a tank top, please. Just a tank
so
top.
next week, I hope everybody tunes in because I just
sorry, Shiz.
I had an idea pop up in my head. We're gonna go analyze this, and it's an old tag team rivalry. We're going to Black and Gold NXT. Cash Wheeler, Dax Hardwood against Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, which led to DIY eventually becoming NXT Tag Team Champion. In my Alan, I analyzed this segment. But Blackheart, tell people what's going on with you. Tell them what to find us. You know the rap sheet. You got the center stage, dog.
At OTTR Mob everywhere. Thank you, Gunner, for coming on the pod. I appreciate that. And I'll see you March 14th myself. And yeah, go copy your tickets and everything. Make sure you do that. Please, March 14th at the Neil Randolph Vault Theater, Lynn, Massachusetts. Doors open up at 5. TV tapings for Shark and Vortex are at 5:30. And the live stream / show will actually be starting at 7 o'clock on the dot. So if you guys want to get your tickets, it's at eventbrite.com/Supernova Wrestling, or you can contact us to pre-sell your tickets there. Or if not, you can wait the day of and purchase them at the door. We accept cash, Venmo, and Cash App. And big shout out to Gunner sponsor Carly for sponsoring our guy that's going to be making his appearance at Supernova Wrestling's Draft Night 2026, March 14th. So
thank you, Carly.
Thank you, Carly. Thank you to all the sponsors thus far. Thank you to everyone that's been supporting the movement and shit. And we're just happy that this year is coming about and here for Eric and the wrestling Asylum. So
of course, I've been doing this for the last 4 years. I wouldn't have done it with the man sitting next to me on my left there. If it wasn't for his friendship and brotherhood, I don't think I'd be doing this right now, and he knows it. So you know where I'm at. Gunner, it was an honor and a pleasure to have you on here and meet you and chat for a while. I'll say this. Keep doing what you're doing. You are going to get noticed. I guarantee it. And do not be shocked if I have a very long conversation with one Brett here in Buffalo, because he is always scouting talent. And I got a hunch. If it ain't Grapple Pro and Mike there or Nickel City that gets their hands on you, I know it will be Empire State Wrestling.
I deeply appreciate that, man. Thank you for having me. Don't hesitate. I'll do this again anytime you want, guys. Seriously. But thank you for the time. Thank you for having me. I hope everybody enjoyed watching this. You know, this was fun. Guys, I can't thank you enough. Thank you.
No, thank you. It was
Thank you.
awesome to have you here. I hope to have you back again. The boss knows this. For Nekro, for Gunner, for Blackheart, for myself, there's been another great episode of the Wrestling Asylum. Go enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We know tomorrow's Monday and everybody got to go to work, pay the bills. You know,
Snowstorms.
I don't know about that. We're about to get hit with snow tonight.
Right.
So.
Snowstorm for us.
I don't know if any kids are going to school. I doubt anybody going to work tomorrow.
Right now, today's the day to do that. To get prepped
right.
for it.
But I almost forgot something. You know, we feeling good, and I want to summarize the show with this.
Woo! 44, that's me! Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts. Woo!
We nail it every single time, baby. But now is that part of the program where I have to say this. Hey, Clavis, wake up. The show's over.
Damn
With
it,
that being said,
Oh.
you know what song, you know what show.
Yeah, I had to make space and shit, so yeah.
Yep, I can get you that. I got that clip still saved.
Yeah, my phone.
No, you're good, brother. But
Oh shit, I forgot that.
folks, don't you forget to do us all that favor. Like, share, subscribe, stay notified, hit the bell. Check out the link tree. Check out Okazi Clothing, Habits 365, Swift and W Energy. Use the promo code OTTR Mob. Check out my dog right here, Gunner Moody. He's going to be kicking ass in 2 weeks when he and Cletus debut at Supernova. Where they get drafted, we'll find out. And folks, it's going to be another crazy week in pro wrestling. And I have this strange, fucked up feeling. If it is the dumbest thing they do with that mystery crate, I'm done. I quit. Fuck the bullshit. I'm gonna quit on WWE. Because if I see a naked Midian, a puppy, a naked Brian Kendrick, a naked Paul London, or any of that old bullshit,
All right.
I'm gonna go, fuck this. I quit.
All right, no.
So
it's Sting statue. We just found it again.
oh crap. Oh crap. It's another freaking statue. Who is it this time? Jericho?
No.
Oh, there you go. It's probably Jericho on the box.
No. And if it's another person, I think I said it yesterday. Dan Housen.
Everybody's saying that's the rumor.
I didn't even think about that. That's something Danhausen would come out of to make a debut on.
Yeah.
Whatever shit like that.
Great guy, by the way. I've met him a few times.
Yeah, I've heard he's a nice dude. But folks, go enjoy your Sunday. If you're gonna be snowing in tomorrow, y'all know what to do. Go run the store, get you some libation. If you need the hookup, get you some green, you know what I'm talking about. Go get your snacks, all that. Enjoy your Sunday. You know, I know football season's over, but hockey's coming back regularly. Basketball's in full effect. America does it to Canada and sticks it up their ass with no lube. Amen to that. Double gold, baby. And of course, well, oh man, I just can't get enough of Anna J. Jack Perry, you ain't clapping that right. You got a problem. What the fuck is wrong with you, boy?
You have a problem.
This guy.
So with that being said, we'll see y'all next week. Check out the Mob Men if you missed them. Check out Blackheart's Angels if you missed them yesterday.
Go check out Ryan Frost's interview from Friday and Braylon Johnson's interview from yesterday on Blackheart's Angels. Go check it out. Well,
and if you got a girl, remember, if you got a big booty hoe at home, hump with it. Make sure you clap that shit at least 2 times a day for maximum stress release. With that being said, thank you. We love you. We'll see y'all next week. So long till next time. This was the Wrestling Asylum live on the OTTR and Hardcore Sports Network. Check us out. You know how to find us. And if you aren't doing that, what the fuck are you thinking? We're out.
Bye.